Imagine you're walking through the African savanna. In the distance, an elephant slowly approaches a pile of old bones. It isn't looking for food. It isn't defending itself. Instead, it stops. Carefully, it reaches out its trunk and gently touches the skull. Then it stands there, silent. To us, this moment feels strangely familiar, almost human. But what is actually happening? Does the elephant remember the individual who died? Does it understand what death means? Or are we simply projecting our emotions onto an animal? For centuries, humans believed understanding death was uniquely human. Yet scientists began noticing strange animal behavior. The evidence kept growing. Animals all over the world react to death in ways that surprised researchers and challenged old assumptions. The question is no longer whether animals notice death. The question is how much they understand. Death is everywhere in nature. Predators kill prey, parents lose offspring, herd members disappear. Unlike humans, animals encounter death regularly. They live alongside it. Scientists have had many opportunities to observe. Some of the strongest evidence comes from elephants. Researchers documented elephants investigating bones. They touch skulls. They move bones. They revisit old locations. Sometimes decades later, they show special interest in elephant remains. Scientists found this remarkable. Memory may play a role, but elephants are not alone. Another fascinating example is the crow. When a crow finds a dead crow, other crows begin gathering. Soon dozens may arrive. They call loudly. They watch carefully. It resembles a funeral. Scientists once believed it was mourning. New research suggests another possibility. They may be studying danger, learning what to avoid in the future. Even so, the death of another crow clearly matters. It changes how the group behaves. Among our closest relatives, chimpanzees provide even more clues. Researchers have observed remarkable reactions. Some remain beside deceased companions for hours at a time. Others continue grooming the body, as if expecting a response. Some sit quietly nearby, watching and waiting. Mothers sometimes carry dead infants, sometimes for days, sometimes for weeks. To human observers, these scenes are heartbreaking. The mothers appear unwilling to let go. But what are they actually experiencing? Are they grieving? Are they confused? Or trying to understand what changed? Scientists still don't know. Yet the emotional impact seems undeniable. Dolphins provide another powerful example. These animals are highly intelligent and deeply social. Researchers have observed mothers carrying dead calves, refusing to leave them behind, sometimes for several days. The behavior is exhausting, yet they continue. Why? Orcas show similar behavior. In one famous case, a mother carried her calf for weeks. She traveled hundreds of miles. Scientists around the world took notice. The event raised difficult questions. Was this grief? Was it maternal attachment, or something else entirely? No one knows for certain. But the loss clearly mattered, and perhaps that's where the mystery begins. Scientists draw an important distinction. Recognizing death is not the same as understanding death. Humans understand several key concepts. First, death is irreversible. The dead do not come back. Second, the body no longer functions. Third, all living things eventually die. And finally, we know we will die someday too. Together, these ideas form our understanding of mortality. But animals may understand only parts of this picture. A dog offers a familiar example. Imagine a companion suddenly disappears. The house feels different. The routines change. The familiar presence is gone. Many dogs begin searching. They check favorite locations. They wait near doors. Some lose interest in food. Others become less playful. The absence changes behavior. Scientists cannot easily answer. The same challenge exists across many species. Animals cannot explain their thoughts. They cannot describe what they feel. They cannot discuss mortality. Researchers must rely on behavior alone. Every conclusion comes from observation, and observation can be misleading. This creates a major scientific challenge, a challenge called anthropomorphism. Anthropomorphism means projecting human emotions onto animals. We naturally do it all the time. When we see an elephant touch bones, we may assume sadness. When we see crows gather, we may imagine a funeral. When dolphins carry calves, we may see grief. Sometimes these interpretations may be correct, sometimes they may not. Scientists must remain careful. The goal is not to turn animals into humans. The goal is to understand animals on their own terms. Yet the evidence continues to grow. Across species, death changes behavior. Attention increases. Social patterns shift. Groups gather. Companions remain nearby. Mothers refuse to leave offspring. Individuals search for those who are gone. These responses appear again and again, suggesting that death matters far more than we once assumed. Interestingly, some of the strongest clues come from expectation. Many animals seem to notice when something stops working. The body no longer moves. It no longer responds. It no longer interacts. Something essential is missing. Scientists call this beyond functionality, understanding that a body no longer works. This may be one of the first steps toward death awareness, but it is not the whole picture. Recognizing change is easier than understanding permanence, and permanence is difficult to prove. This mystery extends beyond mammals. Even insects react to death. Ants quickly remove dead colony members. The behavior is surprisingly organized, but the explanation is very different. Dead ants release special chemicals. These chemicals trigger a response. The colony removes the body automatically. This is likely instinct, not an understanding of death. This distinction is important. Not every reaction means awareness. Some behaviors are purely biological. Others may involve memory, emotion, or social attachment, which brings us to the deepest question. Do animals understand their own mortality? Do they know they will die someday? At present, there is little evidence. Humans appear unique in this respect. We can imagine the future. We can think about death before it happens. We can fear mortality itself. Animals may live more in the present, focused on immediate reality, but that does not mean they are indifferent. The evidence suggests otherwise. Again and again, we see attachment. We see memory. We see distress. We see social disruption. Something important has clearly been lost, and many animals appear to recognize that fact, even if they do not understand death exactly as we do. The mystery is not whether animals react to death. The mystery is how much they understand. Perhaps animals possess part of the answer, but not the entire concept. Understanding death may exist on a spectrum. Different species may occupy different points. Intelligence likely plays a role. Social bonds may matter too. The stronger the bond, the stronger the loss, and perhaps the stronger the response. This idea appears repeatedly in research. Highly social species often show the strongest reactions. Relationships shape behavior, even after death. This may explain some of the observations, yet many questions remain. Could animals experience grief? Many scientists believe some probably do, at least in some form, though perhaps not exactly like humans. Grief itself may not require full understanding of death. You can miss someone without understanding mortality. You can feel loss without knowing why it happened. This distinction is important. Feelings and concepts are not the same thing. One can exist without the other. Animals may teach us this lesson through their behavior, through their bonds, through their reactions to loss. Perhaps death awareness did not appear suddenly. Perhaps it evolved gradually in stages, beginning with simple recognition, then memory, then attachment, then something more. Scientists are still exploring this possibility. Every observation matters. Every new study adds another piece. Yet, the biggest questions remain unanswered, and that is what makes the topic fascinating. We may never fully know what animals think, but we can observe what they do, and what they do is remarkable. Again and again, we see evidence of connection, evidence of memory, and evidence that loss matters. Perhaps animals do not need human-like concepts to experience something meaningful. They form friendships, they build families, they depend on one another, they remember individuals, they recognize absence, and they respond when those bonds are broken. These patterns appear across species, across continents, across environments, across decades of research. The evidence continues to accumulate, yet certainty remains elusive. Science rarely provides simple answers, especially when studying minds we cannot enter. We can only observe from the outside, interpreting clues, following evidence, and remaining humble about what we do not know. Still, some moments are difficult to ignore. An elephant touching ancient bones, a dolphin carrying her calf, a chimpanzee refusing to leave a companion, a dog waiting by the door. These images stay with us because they feel familiar. They remind us of ourselves, of attachment, of memory, of loss, and of connection. Perhaps that is why this question matters. It is not only about animals, it is also about us, about where we came from, about what makes us different and what makes us similar. The answer may lie somewhere in between, somewhere between instinct and understanding, between reaction and reflection, between biology and emotion. Perhaps animals understand more than we once believed, but less than we sometimes imagine. The truth is probably somewhere in the middle. So do animals know what death is? The honest answer is that we still do not know. But we know they notice, we know they remember, and we know that loss matters to them, just as it matters to us.